7 psychological tricks men employ when infatuated with you. When a man is utterly captivated by you, his behavior shifts in ways he might not even realize. These aren't your typical flirting techniques or obvious signs of interest. Instead, they're subtle psychological maneuvers that reveal the depth of his attraction. In this video, we'll uncover 7 lesser-known tricks men unconsciously employ when they're head over heels. By understanding these hidden strategies, you'll gain unprecedented insight into male attraction, allowing you to distinguish between casual interest and genuine infatuation. Whether you're single, dating, or in a relationship, this knowledge will transform how you interpret male behavior and navigate romantic interactions. Before we look into the specific tricks, it's essential to understand the psychological state of a man who's crazy about you. This isn't just a fleeting crush or physical attraction. When a man is truly smitten, his brain chemistry alters significantly. Dr. Helen Fisher, a biological anthropologist, has found that romantic love activates the brain's reward system, flooding it with dopamine and norepinephrine. This cocktail of chemicals can lead to focused attention, elation, and even obsessive thinking about the object of affection. Moreover, when a man is intensely attracted, his levels of cortisol, a stress hormone, increase, while his serotonin levels decrease. This chemical shift can lead to slightly irrational behavior and an intense focus on winning your affection. With this foundation in mind, let's explore the 7 psychological tricks men often unconsciously use when they're utterly captivated. 1. Lifestyle mirroring. When a man is crazy about you, he may start unconsciously mirroring aspects of your lifestyle, even if they're far from his usual habits. This goes beyond simple mimicry of gestures or speech patterns. Instead, it involves adopting elements of your lifestyle, values, and interests in a more profound way. For instance, if you're deeply committed to environmental causes, he might suddenly develop a keen interest in recycling or sustainable living. If you're passionate about a particular type of music or art, he may immerse himself in it even if it was never on his radar before. This behavior stems from a psychological principle called implicit egotism, which suggests that people are attracted to things and people that resemble themselves. By aligning his lifestyle with yours, he's unconsciously trying to increase his attractiveness and compatibility in your eyes. Number 2. Amplified empathy. When a man is deeply attracted to you, his empathy towards you may become significantly amplified. This goes beyond just being a good listener or offering support during tough times. Instead, he may display an almost uncanny ability to sense your moods and emotions, often before you've explicitly expressed them. This heightened empathy is rooted in the brain's mirror neuron system. When we're intensely focused on someone, our brain becomes more attuned to their emotional cues. A study published in the journal Social Cognitive and Affective Neuroscience found that when people observed their loved ones experiencing pain, their brains showed activation patterns similar to if they were experiencing the pain themselves. In practice, this amplified empathy might manifest in various ways. He might intuitively know when you've had a bad day at work, even if you haven't mentioned it. He might anticipate your needs, offering comfort or assistance before you've asked for it. He might also become more affected by your emotional states, feeling elated when you're happy or distressed when you're upset. 3. Strategic self-improvement. When a man is utterly captivated by you, he may embark on a journey of strategic self-improvement. This isn't about changing his core identity, but rather about enhancing aspects of himself that he believes will make him more appealing or compatible with you. This behavior is rooted in evolutionary psychology. Throughout human history, men who could adapt and improve their skills and attributes had a better chance of attracting and retaining mates. In modern contexts, this translates to targeted self-improvement efforts. For instance, if you're passionate about literature, he might start reading more voraciously, not just to impress you, but to be able to engage in deeper discussions about books. If you value fitness, he might start a new workout routine or take up a sport you enjoy. 4. Subtle territory marking. When a man is deeply attracted to you, he may engage in subtle forms of territory marking. This doesn't involve any aggressive or possessive behavior. Instead, it's about creating small, often unnoticed associations between himself and you in social settings. This behavior is rooted in evolutionary psychology and the innate drive to secure potential mates. However, in modern contexts, it's not. It manifests in much more subtle and socially acceptable ways. For example, he might casually mention shared experiences or inside jokes when you're in a group setting, creating a sense of exclusive connection between you two. He might position himself close to you in social gatherings or find reasons to make physical contact, like a light touch on the arm during conversation. Another form of subtle territory marking might involve social media behavior. He might consistently engage with your posts, often being among the first to like or comment. He might also increase his own social media activity when he knows you're likely to see it, subtly keeping himself in your digital space. This behavior serves to signal his interest to both you and others, without being overtly possessive. It's a way of saying, we have a special connection, without explicitly stating it. 5. Selective vulnerability. When a man is utterly captivated by you, he may display selective vulnerability. This involves carefully choosing moments to reveal deeper, more personal aspects of himself, creating an intimate connection without overwhelming you with emotional baggage. This behavior is grounded in the psychological principle of self-disclosure reciprocity. Studies have shown that gradual mutual self-disclosure builds intimacy in relationships. By selectively sharing vulnerable information, he's inviting a deeper connection while receptiveness. For instance, he might open up about a childhood insecurity or a personal struggle he's overcome. He might share his deeper fears or aspirations, things he doesn't typically discuss with others. These revelations are often timed thoughtfully, perhaps during quiet moments or meaningful conversations. This selective vulnerability serves multiple purposes. It demonstrates trust, inviting you into his inner world. It also creates a sense of exclusivity. You're being granted access to parts of him that others don't see. Additionally, it allows him to show depth and complexity beyond his usual persona. 6. Expansive humor. When a man is deeply attracted to you, his sense of humor may become notably more expansive and tailored to your tastes. This isn't just about telling more jokes or trying to make you laugh more often. Instead, it involves a subtle shift in his humor style to align more closely with what he perceives as your preferences. This behavior is rooted in the psychological importance of shared humor and attraction and bonding. A study published in the journal Evolutionary Psychology found that a sense of humor is consistently rated as one of the most desirable traits in a potential partner. Moreover, shared humor has been shown to increase feelings of closeness and attraction. In practice, this expansive humor might manifest in various ways. If he notices you enjoy wordplay, he might incorporate more puns into his conversation. If you appreciate dry wit, he might adjust his humor to be more subtle and deadpan. He might also become more attuned to your reactions, quickly picking up on what makes you genuinely laugh, versus what falls flat. This adaptation isn't about changing his fundamental sense of humor, but rather about expanding his repertoire to include elements that resonate with you. It's a way of creating a shared language of jokes and references that strengthens your connection. 7. Attention optimization. When a man is utterly captivated by you, he may engage in what can be called attention optimization. This involves carefully calibrating the attention he gives you to maximize its impact and value. This behavior is grounded in the psychological principles of intermittent reinforcement and the scarcity effect. Studies have shown that variable rewards can be more powerful in reinforcing behavior than consistent ones. In the context of attraction, this translates to carefully modulated attention that keeps you engaged and interested. In practice, attention optimization might involve periods of intense, focused attention, followed by brief spans of reduced contact. For instance, he might plan an amazing, thoughtful date where you have his undivided attention, followed by a day or two of less frequent communication. This isn't about playing games, but rather about ensuring that the attention he gives you always feels special and valuable. He might also optimize his attention by focusing on quality over quantity. Instead of constant, shallow interactions, he prioritizes meaningful conversations and experiences. When he's with you, he's fully present, actively listening, and engaging. This optimization prevents the attention he gives you from becoming routine or taken for granted. It also allows him to consistently bring his best self to your interactions, rather than risking lower quality engagements due to fatigue or distraction.